Hey guys, CTU here again with the next installment of Let's Play Super Meat Boy. This time we're taking on Chapter 4 Hell. Enjoy the cutscene. And there we'll start it off with some Ninja Gaiden. Chapter 4 Hell is very appropriately named as I start off with a death, my first try. But basically what you want to do is you kind of want to figure out the path you want to go on and take your time. Don't rush through it because rushing doesn't really help you. Once you actually get the world down, the level in question, you could rush it to try and get your A+, but as they say, the turtle won the race when he faced the rabbit. So here, just gotta wait for this conveyor belt. Main obstacles in this level world are, as you can see, lava sometimes coming up at you. There's fireballs, kind of like Mario type, laser beams, and what I like to call the hellhounds. On this one, the lava comes at you fairly fast, so you just kind of got to keep your pace going. Don't freak out. Stay relaxed, nice and calm, and you'll make it to Bandage Girl in no time. 4-4 Hex. Here are the fireballs from Mario that I'm talking about. Not too difficult. Just kind of bounce your way around them, and mainly waiting for another, not conveyor belt, little platform to go by. And we get to the end of the level. 4-5 Pyro, still waiting on the conveyor belts. Just kind of got to know which way you're going. And on this one, once the fireball goes past it when the platform's at its lowest, that's when you want to go. That's the best timing to go for it. Leviathan, here's one where at the far right, if you want the bandage, you have to jump in between the saw, but I don't actually take that path. I just take the, let's get past this path. Oh, Rickets. This is my personal torment. One of the few levels on here that actually give me a lot of trouble. And I actually thought about editing out some deaths for you guys, but I felt like that would ruin the spirit of Meat Boy in the spirit of you're gonna die a lot. But I made it through one death, nothing too taxing. 4-8 Weeby. Those of you who don't know, Weeby is the name of a man who I believe still currently holds the record for Donkey Kong. But if you haven't seen The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters, I highly recommend you go see that movie. It's a documentary. You probably find it on the $5 bin by now. It's fairly old. I want to say it came out in 06. That seems about right. Or you could just look it up online for you dirty pirates. But the fireballs take a very specific path. You just got to figure out where they're not going to hit you and kind of stay in that area. And here's the introduction of portals. Hell's the only level that has portals, I believe. And they play the same way as, say, Portal games. Their own Portal. Portal. Yeah, Portal. Just love saying that word. I like that part because you could do it fairly fast and look kind of cool doing it. And here there's some very precision jumps where you get a Meat Boy pixel-esque area to jump through. And here I die because I didn't have enough momentum. Each time you jump through the portal, you gotta make sure you have enough momentum to get to the next spot. Oh, and don't have enough momentum again. But trial and error, my friends. And you can see I made it through it. Level complete. on to the next one. Here we have the laser beams, which aren't that big of a hassle, at least on this one anyways. But once you get past them, you can't go backwards. That's the main downside to them. It prevents you from going backwards. And on this level, I forgot what it's called, the first time I ran past to grab the key, I tried to destroy as few blocks as possible for the next time I had to run through. And I let the key drop and stop bouncing before I collected it. Okay, on Adversary, they get very clever with Meat Boy in the fact that you have to cover the laser beams before you jump through. And I find it easiest to jump over that saw right there instead of jumping to the right. Just my little tip. And here comes the Hellhounds. Probably my least favorite opposing force in this game. Because once they explode, they actually come out with 6 more in all directions. And you saw how close that was. Here, this took me forever to figure out, but there's a slight area where that first laser beam's not going to hit you, and you have to stand there for the second until it actually disappears, and then you can run. And you just gotta avoid the Hellhound. I don't know their official name. I don't know if they have one, but oh well. And there's the bandage that I never went to get, but I think I got some characters that'll let me get them, namely the Kid. And here I chose the worst possible time to go through the portal. You actually have to time the portal correctly to avoid the fireball. You kind of have to go in the portal the second before the fireball does to keep it from going through. And you could just mosey on over to Bandage Girl before she gets kidnapped again. And Boris. Here, I don't have a particular strategy for this level. As you see me die, I think, I want to say 5 or 6 times. But basically the Hellhound, the evil demon, whatever it is, will come at you 3 times, and you have to avoid it 3 times, as I failed to avoid it the 3rd time there. But the 1st and 2nd time, you kind of want to stay on the wall, and the 3rd time, you get on the left side of the platform and walk over to the right, when I demonstrated on my last turn, and if I wouldn't have fallen in the lava, I would have made it there. But yeah, guys, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing after this, because Rapture's a pretty difficult level. I feel as though I could do some Dark Worlds easier, because on these videos I don't actually cut out any deaths. I might actually have to start editing, but I'm kind of lazy, but I want to get these videos out for you guys. And here I almost make it, but not quite. But I think I might actually do some Warp Zones and then some Dark Worlds, and then get around to doing Rapture and doing some probably most likely heavy editing, as I tend to die a lot. So there are some extremely difficult levels in that set, and I finally beat it. And here we go with another Hellhound challenge. I feel that the easiest way to do this is stay on one side, start out on either the left or the right, and as soon as the demon spawn shoots out at you, you switch over to the other side. And just repeat this process until the elevator gets all the way down to Bandage Girl and gives you a free path to get to her. Then you kind of have to actually get to her and avoid the demon spawn. But when I first tried this level, I would be jumping all around the place without any plan. Kind of like a chicken with my head cut off. Oh, it hurts me every time I see myself getting right towards the end and dying. But still, it's kind of the joy of Meat Boy. I think that was the intention of this level. That's it. Intention of quite a few levels is getting to the end and then dying right at the very end. But because I've done that quite a bit. And here's, I don't know what this level's called. I feel as though it's a gauntlet though, because there's several different obstacles you face to get to the end. But you kind of have to take your time. But you face it all. Basically, you face the lava balls, the laser beam, the demon spawn, and the disappearing blocks. And there we survived through 20 levels. And let's get to the boss. And there we have the boss. Just basically a giant meat boy made out of meats. And this is one of the easier bosses, in my personal opinion, because he follows a very distinct pattern and doesn't deviate from it. The only thing that changes, the only variable we have, are the falling fiery meat boys. And to get the timing down for when he swipes his arm from left to right, or from right to left, I usually jump a second after he smiles. If you guys are having problems with that, because I know I did. And you basically just follow Meat Boy, as I'm showing you, to avoid the rest of his attacks. And like any typical boss, once he hits his head 3 times, he is a goner. So here comes the next cutscene, guys. And the squirrel can't catch a break. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Let's Play. Join me next time when we bring you on Chapter 5, The Rapture. Maybe. Peace.